In today's video, I'm going to tell you how with just 100K, you can make an amazing purchase if you're a sports car lover. So stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And let's just get right straight to it. So I'm going to Mudah and I found 3 amazing deals with just 100K. Alright, so the first one is actually let's start with this Suzuki Swift. Now I've made a review about the Suzuki Swift and it'll be coming out very soon, but I thought of sharing this with you guys. Now let's go for the 2017, so the latest version, which was manufactured from 2017, I think. Yeah, let's do that so we don't get the older version. Okay, let's go low. Okay, cool. So let's start. So I think this one 2020, look at this, 2020. This is basically COVID cars. Alright, so this is a used unit going for 90K, guys. Let's see if this is a manual. So this one has been modded slightly. So this is a manual, which is amazing. So the thing about the Suzuki Swift, it's an enthusiast car. So you actually want to get it in manual, preferably in manual and not in auto, because enthusiasts like to drive in manual, most of them, okay, like myself. So yeah, this is another manual and this is a Recon. Okay, and then another one, 93K. This is another Recon car and it's a manual. All right, direct import, unregistered. Okay, so difference between used and unreg. So if it's used, meaning obviously the car is registered, so you are becoming the second owner in Malaysia. And the only difference is in terms of if you're taking a loan, so obviously the interest rate is slightly higher. And margin, it's a 4-door. Yeah, margin shouldn't be an issue, so you should be able to get 90% loan technically. Now, the good thing about, let's say you're getting this for 95, which is actually not much. So 1995, I would just go with the unregistered unit simply because of 2 reasons. Now, number one is it's not been registered, so you'll get a new number plate. So you don't need to worry about the old number plate. And secondly, if you're taking a loan, you'll get much lower interest rate, because if it's unregistered, meaning it's not been registered in Malaysia, and therefore it is sort of considered a new car. So you get a new car interest rate, right, which is amazing. And yeah, I mean, and I guess thirdly, it just looks unused, right? It would be in a better condition, technically speaking. All right. So Suzuki Swift is my first option, right? Simply because it's somewhat quite new, like 3-4 years old, and it's going for below 100K. And this again is an enthusiast car. So enthusiast car at this price point wouldn't depreciate very fast. Okay. Now the second one, Renault Megane. So this used to own a Renault Megane, the Mark IV. Alright, let's sort by price. Okay, now if you're getting the, actually no, sorry, need to go, yeah. Okay, we'll go to the Mark III. Now if you're getting them again, I would highly recommend getting the Mark III and not the Mark IV, which is the one I got, and I'll explain why. Okay, let me show you a few examples. Okay. All right. So now I've driven the Mark III and the Mark IV. The Mark III is more fun. It feels like It's more raw as well. You feel more of the road. And to me personally, it's a two-door. Two-door cars look better than four-door cars in my humble opinion. And also, yeah, it is a good-looking car as well, right? So, and it also comes with bucket seats, Recaros. These are Recaros, yeah. This is not Renault Sport seats. These are Recaros. So this seats, if you were to buy it new, it's almost 10K. All right. So that's another amazing thing about the Renault Megane 250 Cup. Now, if you're getting the Megane, make sure you get the Cup, not the non-Cup. The difference is basically the chassis. So the Cup has the Cup chassis and it has the bucket seats, and the non-Cup doesn't have the Cup chassis. So suspension is different and it has the sport seats and not the Cup seats. All right, and so they are hovering around 50 to 60K. This is another example. This is the Red Bull edition. So this is the 265. So this makes 265 horsepower. Slightly a bit more expensive. And there's a 2014, okay, there's a 2016 one going for 100. So this is over 100K. We now look at this. So this one is the 265. All right. So let's see if this is a sport or an R or a cup. So how do you tell within a cup and a sport is by the seats actually, and the front gauge. I will show you. So okay, this is a sport. So this is not a cup. Okay, so you look at the seats. This is kind of bucket seats, and also, yeah. Let me show you the other way you can tell the difference. So this is definitely a cup. That's for sure. Get away. Okay, so let me show you. So you see it has bucket seats, so this is definitely a cup. And also, let me show you. So this part over here, right? It has this little mini display over here. So this means this is a cup. And if you see the Sport, it does not come with that screen. It comes with a slightly smaller. Yeah, look at this. So it doesn't come with that. That's the RS monitor actually. So this is called the RS monitor. So this one doesn't have. So this is a Sport. My recommendation is do not get the Sport. Okay, do not get that. Get the Cup. Okay. So this again is an enthusiast car. Now, the bad side about this car is you can no longer get a loan, right? So you have to buy cash. But the good side is these cars will never hover below 50K, right? It will never be 20, 30K. Simply because the Renault Clio RS is sitting at 20, 30K. So this is the brother to the Renault Clio. So the brother will never be cheaper than the younger brother, so to speak. Okay, so this car will always be 50, 60K. Now, this the thing to note about Renault Megane is it's a two-gay and a Sepang sort of weapon. So people who buy these cars do track days quite often. So make sure you do a PPI, check the car thoroughly before purchasing, and also the Suzuki Swift as well, right? But especially for the Renault Megane. Okay, so now lastly, GT86. Now the GT86 is another good deal. Now personally, why I like about the GT86 is very simple. Is because it is a proper sorry, let me go low. It is a proper sports car. All right, so you sit low, and it is a sports car built from the ground up, as opposed to the Renault Megane, you have like many other engine configurations. You have like the Sport line and some other lines like the 1.6 engines. They're not sold in Malaysia, but it is not a sports car built from the ground up, right? And similarly for the Suzuki Swift, it's more of a passenger car that's been tuned to be a sports car. But this is a sports car like from the ground up. It's been built that way. So which is what I like about the GT86. And it has a nicer sounding engine, in my opinion, the Boxster engine. And you see it quite low as well, which is nice. So this is an auto. Don't get the auto. You would want to get the manual. All right. So let's see this 97K. One is manual. Okay, this one looks to be a bit modded, which I'm not a fan of. I would highly recommend getting non-modded cars. Okay, this is another auto. Alright, so it seems that below 100K you only can get the auto, which is I'm not a fan of. This one seems like slightly minimal mod. Okay, this is an manual, so I would suggest getting something like this. It looks somewhat stock, I think, yeah, for the fake carbon fiber bits, but yeah, it seems to be relatively stock standard. So this would be my peak. So it's slightly over 100K, but you can go and negotiate, right? As I said, this is a buyer's market, so you guys dictate the price. Okay, obviously don't ask for 50% discount, but try and be reasonable, right? Maybe 10 to 15% is it's okay. Why is it okay? Simply because it's a common car, right? It's not a limited edition car. It's not a 458 or a Speciale or something. So it's a common car. Everybody has it, and therefore you have slightly higher bargaining power. Okay, so use that to your advantage. And so yeah, I would recommend getting the manual. But again, the Suzuki Swift, even though unregistered, is still a used car in Japan or UK if it came, but typically they will come from Japan. And Renault Megane is also a used car, and this Suzuki, the GD86 is also a used car. And of course, GD86, you can also get a BRZ, which is the exact same configuration. Let's see how much we can get a manual BRZ. Actually, I forgot about that. Oh, it's way cheaper. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get a manual BRZ. Okay, so this is auto. Screw that. This is another auto, so we don't want this. And let's see if this is a manual. Okay, this is another auto. Okay, let's see. All right, this one looks like a manual. No, this is an auto as well. Oh, there's so many automatics. Interesting. This is why probably they are sold, right? People got maybe bored of driving it manual. Driving it the automatic configuration. Okay, so it seems like the cheaper models are all the autos. Okay, all right. This one by the Edward, it says manual, but we'll see. I'm not a fan of this. Ugly wheels. Okay, this one not stock wheels, by the way. This one is not the stock wheels, so it's been changed. And that lip is not stock as well, but it's a manual, which is what you want in this kind of cars. Okay, so interior looks stock. Okay, so this is looks like a decent condition car, except for the wheels. So I would definitely recommend getting this. You save almost 20K with the GD86, which I showed earlier. So this is a good deal. And another one is this one, but this one has a modded wheel again. Pretty nicer color. The hoses has been changed. There's an ugly wing. Alright, so this one is slightly, yeah. Yeah, okay. So this is another one hovering. Okay, so the 116 is unregistered. Okay, so this is another one manual, but yeah, it's modded heavily. And this one is a pretty stock standard car. It says unregistered, which is amazing. Now let's see. Okay, so it's manual as well, but it's going for 116, right? But you can get, again, as I said, unregistered, you get a better, higher interest rate. It's not used, so you get a new number plate, which is amazing. But it's slightly higher, 116. So yeah, I would try to go for the cheaper one, maybe this black one for the GD86. All right. Sorry, for the Suzuki BRZ, and it's a 2015, so this is the last year you can get a loan, and you can still bargain your way, to be honest. So yeah, this is a better deal. All right. So again, Suzuki Swift, Renault Megane and the GD86 and the BRZ. Over 100K, amazing cars, sports cars, and these cars will not depreciate much in value because these are enthusiast cars. Thank you so much guys for watching. Hope this video has helped you and you've gotten value, and thanks for tuning in. See you soon. Cheers. Bye.